Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more Let's Play The Last Remnant. In the last episode we dealt with the Third Commity members as they were trying to steal all information about the Dead Heart and be like, ooh, the remnants are ours and to use as we please. And yada yada yada. And because of that, we kicked their frickin' butts last time. The Dead Heart decided to transform the members of the Third Commity into monsters. So today we're going to be dealing with them once again in their monstrous forms. And they're not alone either. This time they have rock shells with them. So rock shells. Yeah, fine, rock shells, easy pickings, no problem. They're exactly the same as we fought before back in Aqua Dust. Except they have slightly more HP this time. Which is nice. It's nice to have a little challenge every now and again. Now, for the members of the Third Commity, this time in their monster forms, one's been transformed into this weird thing that looks like a Hydra. I'm going to say it's a Hydra. The next one's been transformed into a giant with a giant mallet. And the third member of the Third Commity has been transformed into a dragon. What's next? We're going to gather 7 magical orbs that can grant wishes, including immortality to evildoers. Who knows? And who cares? As for the monstrous forms, they're really not that intimidating, except for the Hydra one. It does have the ability known as Blaster. And my experiences with Blaster have not been very kind, because Blaster, as you should know, tears me apart in a matter of seconds. Really, it's that freaking dangerous. But because I have a high morale for some reason, it doesn't have that big of an effect on me. Maybe it only has a real effect if you have low morale or, like, even morale if you can catch my drift. Then again, who knows? Who knows how Blaster works and how it can insta-kill people again and again, which is incredibly annoying. But basically, they're not that big of a threat. I mean, sure, they take some time to take down, sure. And I think they do wipe out one of my unions at one point, but they're really not that bad. They really aren't. Now for the big guy with the hammer, he does have a little bit of a tendency to spam a certain attack that involves attacking all unions. I think it's called hammer spin or something. But yeah, he doesn't start spamming that attack until he gets low on HP. In other words, when he starts flashing red. Now for the dragon itself, it's not really going to engage you, at least not at first, but it will eventually engage you, I think, if you get too close to it, or after a certain amount of time passes, I'm not sure. But yeah, the dragon is just like the rest of them. Very hard to take out, high HP, and it has relatively high attack power too. Yeah, very powerful dragon indeed. Now let's see, what is there to talk about today? I'm recording this at the same time that I've recorded the past 2 videos, which is nice. Multitasking is awesome and I don't have to spend a very long period of time having to record so many freaking videos. Thank God. And during this time, I've also shared some of my most painful stories that I've ever experienced. Physically, anyway. Now to share one more. This happened to me most recently as of a few days ago. More or less, yeah, it is a few days ago, actually. So here's the story. I felt a little lump within the very top of the crack of my ass. Yeah, right there of all places. I wasn't sure what this was, and it felt like it was the size of a quarter, so I told my mom about it, like, as soon as I had the chance, or more or less. She noticed me feeling this thing, trying to get it, and it's like, what are you picking at? And I told her I felt this lump right there, and she took a look at it, and she's like, oh yeah. But hey, that's what parents do. They help you with medical needs, even if it is a bit private. Even if it is in the private area, if you can catch my drift. So she wore some medical gloves and looked at the... She looked at the thing, and yeah, it was pretty big. So she scheduled me to see the doctor within the next couple of days. So I did. I waited 2 days before I was able to go to the doctor, and over that time frame, it got bigger. But on the night before I had to go to the doctor, during my sleep, the sucker finally it started to drain on its own, which is really nice. So I thought this thing, or more or less, my mother and I, we both thought this thing was an abscess. My aunt is also, well, more or less, my aunt is in the medical field, and I asked her to take a look at it too while she was visiting one day before I went to the doctor to have it checked out. And yeah, she also said it could be an abscess, but then again, it could have also been a boil. So, with that in mind, we just went about our business like we normally would. And on the night that the thing finally ruptured, it was during my sleep, and I, more or less, I didn't notice, but my mother did. In the morning, she went up and woke me up just to check up on me on the day of my doctor's appointment, because we were also planning on going to the DMV to change our licenses and our license plates over to Maine.
You all right?
But we decided to postpone those plans until after I got out of the doctor's office and after I had my diagnosis. So I went to the doctor's and everything was fine and dandy, and it still is. During this time frame, the thing still was draining on its own. It started as a tiny little hole, but now has several holes, and a lot of pus came out during that time frame. And I mean a lot. It was like clear yellowish pus. Yeah, very disgusting, but whatever, I feel like sharing it. It was a very painful experience because I had to sit down a lot, and it hurt me a lot just to sit, especially on hard surfaces. So, now, on to what the doctor said about the thing. It turned out this thing wasn't an abscess or a boil. Well, it was kind of like a boil, but it was more or less like a cyst. It was like a cyst that was on the top of my butt. And yeah, we are all thankful that it drained a little bit the night before. It was beginning to drain on its own. And so I have been prescribed some antibiotics just to help bring this thing down and out and make sure that it doesn't spread anywhere else and it doesn't reoccur. So yeah, I'm still on the antibiotic at this time. And a lot of the pus is completely gone now. At this point, it's pretty much nothing left. It's just the bump is now a lot smaller, and I don't even feel it anymore. Really. It's that far gone, which I'm glad. Well, another thing that helped along with the antibiotic was putting a hot rag on it for a while, like for about an hour. And it really helped bring the pus to the surface and drain from the cysts. Yeah. Still disgusting, but hey, it helped a lot. So at this point in time, it's no longer relevant, no longer painful, and there's really nothing. Everything is A-okay. The thing is practically gone, and I'm not feeling any more pain. But it was still one of the more painful experiences that I've ever experienced. Ever. Now, question of the day. It is time for one of these again. Yay! Have you ever had anything like a cyst, an abscess, or even a boil on the crack of your ass? Or anything else that's incredibly sensitive? Let me know your most painful stories in the comments section below. Did you tell anyone about it? Like your friends or family? More preferably family. Did you go to the doctors? Did you get it removed? Or did you get put on an antibiotic to get it removed? Etc. Let me know your stories. Love to hear it. Because I shared mine, even though it wasn't necessarily the most cleanly. It wasn't the most clean of stories, but hey, it got the job done nonetheless. I feel a lot better now, and I'm practically back to my old self. Not that I was sick to begin with, but I was indeed in a lot of pain. But now, not so much. No longer in pain, which is great.
I shan't allow you to fall here.
Man, I'm tired today. Why? I have no idea. The weather's been kind of crazy up here. It's finally starting to get warm out, which is nice, and around this time of the year, it's kind of weird for me. Around this time frame, it was, the last couple of days, it was like 50 degrees outside. 50, 45. It was somewhere within the upper 40s and 50 degrees. Yeah, that's pretty warm for me. Around this time of the year where snow is still coming. Speaking of snow, it was supposed to snow today, and it has, but it hasn't stuck very much. The only thing that really stuck was it was to the grass and really nothing more, and it's all melted away. There's still some snow on the ground, and still some snow piles, still plenty of those, especially in parking lots. But more or less, most of the snow is gone, and it begins another time of the year what Mainers call the mud season, where all the snow melts away and turns into mud, and it's icky and disgusting. But it's not an itchy and scratchy show, if you know what I mean.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, mud season, it's happening. It's starting to happen right now. We've been getting rain quite a bit for like the past few days. This is relatively normal because April showers bring May flowers. That's how the old saying goes. It's just nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what spring and summer are like up here in Maine. I hear it's incredibly beautiful, especially when the leaves are in full bloom, along with flowers and stuff like that.
Like that, is it?
Yeah, I really ought to go out and do some walking around. Walk around the waterfront area that's like not too far from where I live. Walk around the park, walk a trail or something. Really ought to do that sometime. I mean, I have done it at one point just a few months ago before it was closed down for the winter and for maintenance and repairs and stuff like that. But hey, it happened, and I would love to do it again. So all in all, I'm looking forward to spring. Or more or less, I'm looking forward to seeing how it will become up here. Phew. Tired, sleepy. That's not good though, is it? No, not at all. Now let's see, what else is there to talk about? Well, recently, because I was able to finish up the Fallen side quest, finally, I was able to get on and finally play some other games. Yay! Some of these other games are more or less, I've been playing one. One of the games that I haven't played in a while, and that is Tomb Raider. So I pretty much picked up where I left off, and I finally finished the game. Finished the game with a completionist rating of 93%. Yeah, almost everything in the game 100% in one fell swoop. Took a little bit of time to find everything, get all the documents, GPS caches, and all the relics and items and stuff like that. Took a little bit of time, but I did it. I got everything I needed. The only thing I didn't get were the challenges. I didn't complete all the challenges like I should have. But I don't exactly know where every single little thing is. But whatever. So, all in all, the game was fantastic. It was a real surprise because of the fact that I never played the Tomb Raider game all my life. But it was still an excellent game. I had a lot of fun, and will I make a Let's Play out of it? Most likely, but not anytime in the future right now, because I have other games planned. Those games take priority over others, if you know what I mean. Alright, one more thing I guess I will talk about for right now is recently I purchased myself a SCUF controller, and I bought it specifically for COD Ghost, or just Call of Duty in general, because, well, I wanted one, and I wanted to improve my game and try to be able to stand up against these players that play 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. I would say my skills have improved slightly. They've slightly improved and gotten slightly better. Not by much, because I still gotta get used to the paddles and stuff like that. If you want to know how many paddles I got for the SCUF one, I got 2 of them. They allowed the option for 4, but I chose 2 because it was cheaper. And this controller cost me a pretty penny, but not like, say, a N64 DD expensive, but it was still expensive nonetheless. You can get like 2 or 3 regular controllers for that price for the SCUF one. But hey, what can you do? Am I right? SCUF, I know, makes quality controllers. I mean, I've seen them in action from other COD gameplay commentators and YouTubers alike, and I wanted to experience it for myself. All in all, I liked the SCUF controller. It helped me a lot. Well, it has helped me some. Well, with that, we're finished here. All enemies are defeated. They're like, ugh, damn it. We lost again, even with this new power. How could we lose? So with that, Haruko realizes, hey, remnants shouldn't be used for tools. They should be used for, really, just for nothing, I guess. And a remnant like this, well, Haruka realizes something like this, despite it having such evil properties, is more useful in our possession since we have the Tablet of Marshall. And with that, the Dead Heart is ours. And with the Dead Heart, we gain some additional stats, well, more or less if we would equip it, with some additional intellect and some additional boosts within certain healing abilities. And this remnant in particular is actually for Arena. She'll actually ask for this when you're like out on the world map and stuff like that. At least she'll eventually ask for it. Sure, you can equip it yourself, but really it's best used for Arena. And let her equip it. So now that we finished Haruko's side quest, we can actually go and recruit her. We can recruit her back in Illusion. And if you want to know which guild in Illusion, it's within the Union of the Golden Chalice guild. The first guild that we've ever encountered. You know, this one, right here. And yeah, I think it is the Union of the Golden Chalice. Whatever. Who cares? We're going on a little bit of a remnant hunt now. We're going to be collecting one of several remnants within this video. And this remnant is none other than the Rubber Soul. I don't think this remnant is tied to any particular side quest, so once you collect the Tablet of Marshall, you can come here and collect the Dead Heart, not the Dead Heart, the Rubber Soul at any time. The Rubber Soul, I'm not sure who gets this thing or if it's just for you. I don't really know or care, but it's there and it can actually be useful. So take that with you along. Just take it along for the journey and see what it does for you. Anyways, I'm about out of time, so I'll go ahead and sign out now. This is Snivy with Let's Play The Last Remnant. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Next time, we're going to hunt down the remaining remnants that we can collect with the Tablet of Marshall, and we're also going to be taking on the most infamous side quest of all, which I absolutely hate with a passion, which I will explain in the next video, known only as the Fallen. Oh my god, I hate the Fallen so frickin' much. Once again, want to know the details? Tune in for the next exciting part of this game.